वेलकम टू स्टॉक मार्केट्स विद केआर स्टॉक मार्केट्स विद केआर में आपका स्वागत है। डेली मार्केट एनालिसिस ऑफ निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी एंड द टॉप स्टॉक्स। यू कैन हियर सम कमोशन आउटसाइड। आई एम श्योर ठोकने का आवाज, रिक्शा का आवाज, सब चीज़ों का आवाज सुनाई दे रहा है। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली आज थोड़ा लाउड डे है बिकॉज देयर सम वर्क गोइंग ऑन आउटसाइड, सो वी गोना हैव टू बेयर विद दैट। बट या, कमिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक, निफ्टीज डेली चार्ट इज व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग एट हियर। और हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि पिछले 2 दिन से थोड़ा सा सेलिंग आ गया है मार्केट में। आई एम गेटिंग अ कॉल, सो I don't know what's the deal with me getting calls and yeah, and these recordings, because for some reason तब भी सब आता है. But anyway, back to Nifty. What we can see here कि पिछले 2 दिन से selling pressure आ रहा है. आज का दिन actually 2 points सिर्फ positive था, so technically काफी flat close था. Even though on paper we can say it was a positive close. So that's what we are seeing. I think one important thing here is, and I'll just zoom it, ड्रॉ कर देते हैं। हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि ये वाला जो जोन है वो कौन सा जोन हो जाएगा, 640 के ऊपर का जोन। सो 640 से लेके 700 का जो जोन है वहां पे काफी सेलिंग प्रेशर आ रहा है। दैट इज समथिंग वी कैन सी, एंड दिस होल्ड्स ट्रू। ओके, दिस होल्ड्स ट्रू इवन व्हेन वी कंसिडर दिस ATH कैंडल। थोड़ा ड्राइंग थोड़ा टेढ़ा हो गया है, बट वी कैन सी हियर ऑल्सो वी सॉ स्विफ्ट प्राइस रिजेक्शन। सेम थिंग हियर, कल भी ATH जैसे हिट किया एकदम फास्ट नीचे आ गया, एंड सेम थिंग हियर ऑल्सो वी सॉ। सो क्लियरली 700 का तो लेवल बहुत ही इंटेंस है। इवन 640 के ऊपर जो भी है वो सब में आई थिंक काफी सेलिंग प्रेशर आ रहा है। सो क्लियरली दैट इज वन थिंग दैट इज होल्डिंग निफ्टी बैक इन माय ओपिनियन। Obviously, आज मंथली एक्सपायरीज था, so we can't really expect a massive move happening always, because choppiness or volatility होती है many times. But possibly, if it inches forward, if we look at some positive momentum here, especially in the stocks जो आज काफी choppy और volatile थे, we might be able to see higher levels. So again, that's my opinion. 60 minute पे जाते हैं just to get an idea of things, and this is what it looks like. So we can see very clearly कि एकदम ऐसा डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग है। और ये वाला जो लेवल है जो 620 का लेवल है, हम लोग ने कल भी बात किया था, 620 के लेवल पे वी कैन सी गुड सपोर्ट इज देयर। सो दैट्स अ गुड साइन। मूविंग एवरेजेस लाते हैं, वी कैन सी इट्स एट 20 MA। Okay, it's at 20 MA. On the daily chart, obviously, moving averages काफी दूर है. On the hourly chart, we can see RSI is at 55. So I think that's not a very bad RSI level. Bullish bias तो definitely है as of now Nifty में, even though it was not a very pleasant day also. On a second thought, I'll also look at the 5 minute chart. I'm getting yet another call, so I'll just silence that and then get back to you. Yeah. Okay, 5 minute chart of Nifty. Apologies for that. Again, these videos aren't really edited, so I have to do it on the spot. This is what we are looking at. ठीक है, हम लोग ने बात किया था कैसे कि कि I'll just do here कि एकदम ऐसे डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग ही है, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी आर सीइंग. The good thing is that it hasn't really made like a lower sort of high here. यहाँ पे भी रेजिस्टेंस ले सकता था, बट नहीं, उसको तोड़ के उसने यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस लिया. सो आई थिंक अगर ये लेवल तोड़ता है अगेन, दैट बिकम्स इन दैट 640 to 660 रीजन, I think there is a good chance of Nifty actually doing fairly well. So yeah, I mean, quick sort of a little lengthy analysis of Nifty compared to normal days. Normally हम लोग 2 मिनट के आसपास बैंक निफ्टी पे स्विच करते हैं. आज हम लोग ऑलमोस्ट 4 मिनट्स निफ्टी किया है. बैंक निफ्टी डेली चार्ट, दिस इज व्हाट वी आर सीइंग. मूविंग एवरेजेस उतना कुछ खास नहीं दिखाएंगे. इतना प्रिटी श्योर 50 MA के आसपास है बैंक निफ्टी. Yeah, it is just above the 50 MA, actually just above the 20 MA as well. So yeah, that's what we're seeing. Currently sandwiched between the same levels it was sandwiched between yesterday. Okay, so same levels के आसपास ही है. We can see it's right here. And as I said, this level right here, I don't know why my drawing thing isn't working. This level right here, 840 का level है, वो resistance है. And the support we are seeing is at 35,600, which is a good sign. अगर वो तोड़ा तो 35,350-ish levels is what I would be looking at. 35,800 के ऊपर close आया, I think 36,000 is definitely likely. And we can see resistance right around here. So let's see, शायद ऐसा सिनारियो आ सकता है. Okay, शायद ऐसा सिनारियो आ सकता है that tomorrow, if we see a bullish day, let's say it goes up. Okay, let's say price goes up. I'll have to just scroll like this. Let's say tomorrow price goes up. शायद इधर आता है, वापस नीचे आके देन इट माइट टेक रेजिस्टेंस हियर and then it might break here. So I think this scenario is likely again if we continue seeing the bullish bias that is there in the markets. Daily chart pe we can see ki actually while Nifty was completely flat, 0.01% in the green, Bank Nifty is 0.09% in the green. So marginally better. But overall, both the key indices are showing us lower highs and lower lows, which is not a very bullish sign. But possibly there is a retracement here. So I know I'm going a little extra in depth, but if we retrace this, or maybe even if we retrace this, okay, depends on what sort of time frame are you looking at, then there is a chance that this level might be meaningful. Again, purely just eyeballing it. So take that with a grain of salt. Now coming to the top stocks. Okay, top stocks pe aate hain. I'll get the moving averages as well. We can see a very good move. And this is where we was discussing last time भी कि ये जो कंजेशन है वही एरिया में आया है. अगर ये कंजेशन तोड़ पाता है, ओके, 20 to 80 लेवल इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कल ही जाएगा, कल जा सकता है, बट आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि कल ही जाएगा. But if it does, cross this congestion zone, then I think it is likely that it can at least test that ATH level. So that is what I would personally be looking at. Overall, Reliance was a very clean trade. ठीक है, वेरी वेरी क्लीन ट्रेड इन द सेंस कि 200 MA यहाँ पे सपोर्ट लिया था, यहाँ पे 50 MA सपोर्ट लिया था, यहाँ पे 50 MA रीटेस्ट किया था राइट हियर. So, okay, in hindsight, all of these things are very clear. But in the live markets, making that decision of actually trading when it is at 50 MA or 200 MA after a few down days is what really, makes you or breaks you. So it is all about that conviction. Okay, so I just wanted to, give you that little piece of information. Now coming to the next top stock, which is HDFC Bank. हम लोग देख सकते हैं HDFC Bank में भी selling चालू है. Okay, if we see here, okay, similar to Nifty, okay, this level right here is what is really holding back HDFC Bank. So अगर 1560 के आसपास close कर सकता है, I'm specifying close because today's high was 1570, which is quite high. It's actually I believe the highest high that it has made since March, 12th March. So that's a very good level. But despite that, it was not able to close there. So clearly, thoda selling आ गया था. So I think close above 1560 is pretty important for HDFC Bank. Infosys still consolidating around that fib extension. If you're curious about fib extensions, I always say this: make sure you check the video out that I made. It's like a tutorial on fib extensions. These are the settings that I use. Okay, I keep the trend lines on, I extend lines to the right, and these are all the lines that I use. Again, in no particular order or something. I like to use one color. I like to use multiple colors, and these are all the levels. Yeah, you can do this also. I don't. I just keep it as it is. Default setting ही है, उतना कुछ fancy नहीं है, but it works, so it's fine. ठीक है, that's what we are looking at in Infosys. Now HDFC good support from 2680. I think 2680 has sort of proven to be a pretty decent level right now. And see, यहाँ पे एक sort of turn back किया था, resistance जैसा लिया था, और वो resistance ही फिलहाल support जैसा बना है. So I think on that front also it appears to be a pretty good level. Now going by the same logic as we did with Bank Nifty, obviously Bank Nifty का part नहीं है HDFC, but still we saw this break, we saw it like this. ठीक है, यहाँ पे retest करता है. If it does break it, then I think this would be the next support, 2770-ish level. So that is how I would be reading HDFC filhal. And obviously the target in this case, if you want a target, it would be somewhere around these levels, all time high levels. Because if the market is bullish, right, overall broad market is bullish, there is a good chance that it can actually make ATH levels. I'm not saying kal hi jayega, but I'm saying there is a chance. So keep that in mind. Now I'm coming to ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank, not really higher, technically speaking, it is a higher high and a higher low, but not really that strong. Overall, 1% positive है, which is again a good sign, but it is like an inside bar only because ये जो bar है आज का, okay, ये जो bar है, it is within this bar, right? So I think not a very good move also, but yes, we can definitely see some support around that 690 mark. 700 levels were rejected. आज का high था 701, but that's fine. It's standard, especially when we consider. I know I'm bringing up the drawing panel quite a lot, especially when we consider that this is exactly the congestion zone that we discussed 2 or 3 videos ago. Then coming to Kotak Bank, we can see 1700 has been rejected, but overall, I think it's a pretty decent sort of move because RSI 40 has. So I think that there is still chance. Obviously, काफी beaten down stock है. Bank Nifty in general is very beaten down. But I still believe that there is a good chance that this might be one of the catch up players very soon. Okay, very soon. So I personally have positions in Kotak Bank. थोड़ा सा पहले लिया था, अभी के positions नहीं है, but I still believe I still have a bullish bias for this. Obviously, it's a good stock. ऐसा नहीं है कि it's like a kachra bank or something. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. Next stock is SBI. I know this is a bit of a longer video this time, but it takes how much ever time it takes. So can't really help that. SBI पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि 420 resistance did work. And by the looks of things, it looks like PSU banks were the ones dragging Nifty down. RSI is back at 40. So let's see. Again, 405 levels is what I'd be looking at from a support point of view. If it is, if it is broken, then possibly gap filling to pehle ho sakta hai, which would be 400 psych. And after that, 385, which is a pretty, far away level, all things considered. अगर सपोर्ट लेता है तो वेरी फर्स्ट रेजिस्टेंस ऑब्वियसली 420 का रहेगा एंड आफ्टर दैट 435 इन जनरल वी कैन सी यहाँ पे काफ़ी सारा कंजेशन है सो वो शायद बीच में आ सकता है एक्सिस बैंक देखते हैं वी कैन सी इट्स अराउंड 1% पॉजिटिव राइट टेकिंग सपोर्ट राइट एट दैट 735 लेवल विच इज़ गुड कैपिटल मार्केट स्नैपशॉट देखते हैं एनएससी पे जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द टॉप सेक्टर्स टुडे this is what we can see. Small caps and mid caps have outperformed the broad market, which is a good. I think last week or last to last week, we were not seeing this happening. We were seeing large caps actually outperforming the rest of the market. In terms of the sectors, okay, many sectors are down. Media metals down quite a lot. Metals, I think, कल अच्छा किया था आज थोड़ा down है. And there are no top distinct performers. मतलब +3% +4% ऐसा कोई नहीं था and that is possibly why there was not much that was actually propelling Nifty upwards. Generally when we see these very strong movements, we see one or two sectors really outperforming. I think that wasn't really the case today. In terms of the top performers overall, we can see Britannia is at almost 4,000. Tata Consumer, so probably consumer sector is doing good. Can't really find that here. Consumer durables nahi, consumer FMCG. I can't see that. FMCG उतना ऊपर नहीं है, but ठीक है. Looks like they did fairly well. HDFC Life है, Reliance है, and a few other stocks you can see that. Top losers we can see Airtel's down 4%. So really not a very good sign. Idea is down 6%. So probably something related to telecom. Telecom down hai, so Reliance down nahi hai. So I'm not sure what is the deal with that because sometimes Jio ka kharab news hota hai, telecom sector ka kharab news hota hai. Reliance does take a beating, but perhaps it is restricted. These past couple of days, we have also discussed some stocks. So this is what they look like. I'll just show them to you on the chart. Explain nahi karunga. Okay, just so you get an idea. Okay, this is what they look like. You can watch the previous videos if you want a clue on about these charts. But anyway, that's it for this one. See you next. I hope you had a nice expiry today and expiry trading session today, not expiry. But yeah, have a great Friday ahead. See you in the next one.